Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Real Talking Podcast with your hosts Ash and JD. Now we're going to switch it up a little bit this week. We're going to follow up from where we left off on last week's episode. So basically, we're going to start with the
Email,
emails because we're
which
doing
is our favorite. Well, it's my favorite bit, and I keep telling everyone it's my favorite bit, so we get hopefully more emails.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
So this week for us, we're doing back-to-back records, just so everyone does know. So anyone that does watch on the YouTubes, Real Talking Podcast with Ash and JD, well, you know that anyway. But yeah, so if you are watching on the YouTube and you're thinking, well, hang on, JD's wearing the same clothes, Ash is wearing the same clothes, it's because we are wearing the same clothes. We're not going to get changed and then do another record. Even though I know some podcasters do that when they're doing several records during the day, they'll go and swap the t-shirts over and stuff. YouTubers and that as well, they'll do all that.
I've always thought that if you was like a big, we had a production for the podcast, you
Mm.
could get like three people in, three guests in, or smash 3 out a day. I always
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that like you just get it done in one day and just pull him out. If you're talking nothing about relevance, so like if
Yeah,
it's
if
like,
you're not keeping up to like
mm,
current affairs, then
that's
yeah,
yeah,
that'd be easy enough to do. But yeah, that's the way a lot of them do it. Like
yeah,
they'll essentially just a whole day of recording and then spend the rest of the week editing and stuff.
and it comes to me. I think I have spoke about this before, where I was watching a thing about like only fangirls and how they make the money. And this
Mm.
one girl was on about, she used to work at KFC. If you listened to last week's episode, we're talking about food again. And then
She put the finger licking in that.
but but no, I did no
Quote,
no, but so, and it always stuck to me because I thought it was genius at the time, but it's not. You just would do it. So one day a week, her and her friend comes round, who's also does OnlyFans. They take
mm,
pictures of each other, whatever, certain videos, and then they spread those videos then throughout the week. So it looks
yeah.
like they're doing new content every day.
Mm.
And then they just do their one-on-ones then for like, I think she was charging £500 for one-on-one on webcam.
Yeah, and then I know a lot of them use AI bots for the text messaging.
Oh,
So,
did they
like,
really?
yeah, so
Oh, okay.
uh, like you pay to send a text
And
message, or it's free to send a text, but you pay to get a reply.
yeah,
And yeah, so a lot of them are using AI bots for that, and or rather, they source it out to someone else.
yeah.
So they'll have like the little brother sending a text message back or something.
I just thought that was when she said it. I always thought, fuck yeah, that it just works one day, yeah, one
A
day a
week,
week. Sorry,
yeah.
spreads the content out throughout the week, and then
Mm,
just does the one-on-ones, which were £500 a pop.
yeah.
Like fucking yeah. But sorry, yeah,
But
it just
that concept though of essentially working 1 or 2 days a week, that's the dream, ain't it, really?
ah,
If I had enough money, then that's all I'd do is just do like 2 3 days a week and then have the rest of the
so
week off because we live life in reverse really, where we're working for 5 days to hopefully have 2 days
yeah,
off, so the weekend. But then there's always stuff to do, the housework and shopping and whatever. So you don't even get to have the weekend off because
mm,
you've still
you
got
saved it all
stuff
for
to
the
do.
weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, if I had the money, then yeah, just do less days of working, more days enjoying life.
Yeah, but yeah. So going back to the original statement,
Yeah, yeah,
we're
we
not,
will get to the
we're,
emails.
we're not, yeah, back to back.
Yeah, back to back records. It's getting late. I'm dying for a beer, but I can't have one yet because I'm going to drive home, walk the dog. And,
Still stuff to do.
yeah,
You don't get that time, as you
I've,
just
I've
saying.
got dinner to cook as well. Sausage, chips, beans, and egg. That's what I'm
Mate,
doing tonight, mate.
yeah, man.
What you got for dinner?
Honest, poached egg and beans.
Yeah. If for anyone that's new, Ashley's on a diet.
Yeah, I was just saying, doing all right so far. £10 lost, which
It's
when
only
I,
because he's got a hole in his pocket.
no, but people keep going to me like, you don't need to go on a diet. Well, clearly I fucking did. If £10 lost, was it 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
So this 3 weeks now, isn't it?
So it'd be 3 weeks Saturday, sorry, yeah. So it'd be
Yeah.
3 weeks active Saturday. And I'm like, £10 in 3 weeks, that's a lot. That's an extra, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
but I will say one thing, I am getting a bit of cravings now. And fizzy pop. That was always the kryptonite, the
Mm.
thing that got me there. So I'd go in for a bottle of pop and end up getting a chocolate bar and so on. But I'm just getting those, that in the back of your throat, like you're getting with the beer now, I can imagine.
Oh,
Just
mate.
that.
But the thing is, well, the same, well, because I have it with, because I do the intermittent fasting. So it's like the quote from the Hulk. My secret is I'm always angry.
Mm,
I'm always hungry. I'll always happily have a beer.
yeah.
Now, fair enough, can't have one first thing in the morning, but it's 6 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah. You know what? You know what I've never done, and because I don't believe in it, and I just don't think it's work. I don't think it's an alcoholic said this, and everyone's like, yeah, hair of the dog. That must not work.
It does.
When I wake up after a night out, even if I'm okay, the last thing I want to do is have a beer.
Yeah. So
So
if you're waking up feeling fine, then you don't need to do
no,
it.
but even when I
But
feel a bit groggy, I'm still like, no.
so it's again, you don't really want to have that beer. It's just that when you do and you push, because that first point is always hard. Like I've done it where I've nursed that point for about an hour, and
what and then after the point, do you stop feeling that way,
yeah,
or do you just carry the hangover onto
no,
the
because the
following day?
hangover goes because you start drinking yourself drunk again, and so
So when you wake up the next day,
no,
you're
because there's a limit. So essentially, you don't get like out of your face like you was the night before to give you that hangover. So let's just say, for example, you had 12 points on a Friday night and you're feeling rough the next day. So then the Saturday you have 5 or 6 points.
during the whole day.
But no, because you don't need to start off in the morning. Like
But I assume you.
no, you go to the pub say like 11 o'clock, have a breakfast, and then start drinking at like 11:30. Have like 5 points or whatever, so you get yourself a little bit tipsy again, but the hangover's gone.
It doesn't make sense. The concept doesn't make sense. Like it
I
doesn't
don't
make
make the
sense.
rules, but that's what it is though.
No,
It's just because you
it's not how.
no
I,
because
that's a placebo. That is. I'm telling you.
no because you're not the drink doesn't
You're
get rid of the
just.
headache. You get drunk again, so you're not feeling the headache.
But then surely then, when you wake up the next day, or when you go back home, it kicks back in.
No, because you go to sleep then because you've had a
But yeah,
few
so
drinks, you're
yeah,
tired, you
so
just
when you
fall
wake
asleep.
up, obviously that
No,
hangover's been
because
carried on.
you haven't had as many drinks as you did the night before to give you the bad hangover.
Okay, that sounds terrible, mate. I'm never gonna do that.
Well, you're
One
just
thing
not a
though,
man, are
one thing though, why is
you?
it when you're on holiday and you buy the pool, you can drink all day, wake up, feel
Because
fine,
holiday drinks they
just
just hit you
different.
different.
No.
Plus, I feel like it's a UK thing because of all the additives and stuff that they put in, like just everything in general. You can't even turn the tap on without smelling the chlorine in the water. So yeah, I feel like the just the crap
Yeah.
preservatives to put in beers and I don't
Mm.
know whatever other ales, vodkas and stuff.
And it's probably if you're in an all inclusive, you're probably eating more food than you are drinking, or the same to balance it out.
But again, because I was just going to touch on that, it's like how it's hard to get drunk on Christmas Day because you're snacking, you're having your pigs on blankets, well, in blankets rather. I mean, they can be on it if they want. You don't have to wrap them up. It's just easier to consume both at the
Yeah.
same time when they're wrapped. So yeah, you're having your snacks throughout the day while you're drinking. Then yeah, so because you're constantly keeping topped up on
Mm.
both, you don't get as drunk properly. So yeah.
Right. It's such.
You've
Yeah.
never really been a big drinker, though, have you?
No, no, but even that fall of just the fall of that, it just seems off. It doesn't seem right. It doesn't make sense. So if you,
Again,
so
because you've never done it, you don't
yeah,
understand the feeling of it. The way
but
that beer, after as I said, the first one's always a struggle to get through. But once you've gone through it and your body's like, all right, yeah, I'm ready for another one, and you start to feel yourself like not feel groggy hangover,
Right.
then you're feeling better, then yeah,
So
you'd understand.
do you have to change brands though the next day, or do you just stay on the same brand? So if you're
No, you
drinking
can
a
have whatever
certain
you
type
want.
of lager,
No, it doesn't
doesn't
matter.
change.
No.
No, mate, honestly,
So
so someone's lied to someone one time. It's become a thing.
nah, because
Yeah, honestly,
because
someone's
you've
lied
not
to
because you've
someone
not done it, you don't understand. It's pardon me. No,
because your body needs water after
yeah.
you've been drinking, but you're not putting water into your system. You're starving it even more. So I don't understand the concept of how it makes you feel better. Like the sort of just you need to put water,
Look,
put
I can't give you the science behind it.
science.
I can just give you the real talk on it and the real advice. And this
It
is all it is.
works.
It does. It literally does. It's magic or something, but it's just the
It's
easiest way to say. It's just because you're starting to feel tipsy again, it just gets rid of
right.
the headaches and whatever. It's like when I'm ill, I'll have a drink when I'm ill because it gets rid of the horrible like head cloud and stuff.
Mm.
Like if you got a banging headache because you got a cold or something, have a couple of drinks and you
Yeah,
like so you don't feel better from the illness, but you're not focusing on the horrible
yeah.
symptoms and such.
Because you always say if you have a cold, is it a perna? Have a shot of perna. Is it called
Uh,
perna? What do you put in a cheeky vinto? It was perna. I'm sure it was perna.
port
Port. Sorry, that's
port
it.
is a cheeky
Yeah.
vinter.
So have a shot of port. I say for they used to say for your
Well,
stomach.
it's that you can have like whiskies as well uh, to warm you up.
Mm.
Uh, I don't see it with a lot of them, like, but help soothe a cough and stuff as well.
I can understand the whiskey one more because you do get that heat in your throat.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but still, like when you fucked, you don't want a shot of fucking whiskey. Like who do no? This is what I'm.
No,
This is
because
what I hate. It's an alcoholic that's done that and then told someone. Because otherwise, no sane person when they're absolutely. If you're not if you're not alcoholic and you're ill, there's no way you're going to the cupboard, getting a whiskey out and taking a shot of it because you're ill. No, that's an alcoholic that's ill that said that. And it's the same with the hair of the dog. It's just an alcoholic told someone it's become a thing. That's just my real advice on that. But
right,
yeah,
but then the real advice is don't knock it till you tried
right. Yeah. Okay. No, that's fair enough.
it.
But right, let's get to the emails
Emails.
30 minutes in.
Ah, well, yeah. So as we said, back to where we left off from last
Mm.
week. So these are emails that we didn't read last week, and I thought I'd start off with our little Liverpool fan, James.
Good lad, James is.
So uh, he's told us that he's by Knowsley.
Knowsley.
So, look, by
Right.
Knowsley, lad, proper
Right.
scouse.
So do you know where Knowsley is? Oh, you've
Now,
actually got it
I've got it up on the
up.
maps here.
Wait, that I guarantee that's like
No, so
where's Knowsley? Whoa,
Knowsley is there.
by
So,
the safari park.
yeah,
What?
Knowsley Safari Park.
Nah,
Hang on. So
James.
let's click on the Safari Park and let's get directions of where it is from Liverpool Town Centre.
Yeah,
Now, I probably should have done this first,
right.
but
Yeah, just some quick
it
calculations
is
coming in.
not right.
That,
It's over half an hour drive to the town centre
but all right, do it to Anfield. Sorry, because I might because he's a Liverpool fan.
to Anfield.
Yeah, that would
Right.
maybe that might be a better one because Anfield is that in the city centre anyway, just off to. Oh, what's that?
It's still 23-minute
Right.
drive.
Now I can live with that.
No. So he's a wool. He's not a proper
Is it,
scouse. He's a wool. You're not a proper scouse.
but in all that surrounding area classed as like, so you wouldn't class was that Kirby?
Kirkby, no, not
Nah.
Liverpool. West Derby is barely classed as scouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, Newell, no. Uh, no, you might as well be living in bloody Preston or something, mate, because you ain't a Scouser, lad.
You
it's,
know.
you're basically what Yam Yams are to Birmingham. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you've
yeah.
got a similar accent, and it's close enough
No,
to
no.
no, no,
Oh, all right, go
it's
on.
close enough to the untrained ears to think that a Yam Yam is a Brummie,
Because you know
but
that's
we know that it's not.
one of my pet things is that black country just fucking
Yeah,
accent.
all right.
Um,
Fucking,
how am ya? Like,
oh
what the
god,
fuck?
I know
It's
it's
not even
horrible.
easier.
Yeah, it's
It's
more effort to say the wrong words.
oh,
I know.
yeah. So we've established that James is apparently not a scouser.
He's not a Scouser.
No, he's definitely got a pair of 110s or Air Max 95s.
He probably
Definitely.
has, but doesn't mean he's a Scouser.
I reckon he's got like a black pair with like the red stripe. You know, he's fucking Liverpool, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he's not a Scouser. And at the end of his email, he says, "Long live Klopp,
Yeah.
Jurgen Klopp." He's leaving, I know.
That's he's gone.
Now again, for everyone that's listening, that's old news, but yeah, it's a shame. Now I do have to sympathise a little bit, so I know the feeling as a United fan when Sir Alex retired for the second time because the first time didn't stick because Carlos Queiroz wasn't up to the job, and so we had to step back in after six
Mm.
months and be like, "Hang on, Carlos, I'll get us back on track again." And yeah, so when Fergie left, it was well, I mean, at the time it wasn't heartbreaking, but it was sad because David Moyes come in and took the reins, and it was just downhill from there. Now, when that happened, a lot of people were slagging off the sign of Marouane Fellaini. I actually quite liked him. To be fair, he always got stuck in, coming with a good goal here and there.
He was all elbows though, weren't he?
Yeah,
It'd be
but so
great to
was
be on.
Peter Crouch, though,
Yeah, it'd
weren't
be
it?
great on your team. Horrible to play against. It
Yeah,
was horrible to watch as a
uh,
neutral, though. I must
yeah,
admit.
he was a bit of a shit house, but yeah, I didn't mind that, but it was just not the right appointments. After Fergie left, it should have been Mourinho straight away. But I mean, it was always a downhill battle because Fergie managed to, with the lack of uh, purchases, the excuses were already there. There's no
Mm.
value in the market, but Fergie could have taken Everton and won the league, I reckon, because he just had that management in him to get the players rallied up and working together properly. So yeah, I mean, what's it been about 10 years now? We've clocked it.
Has it been 10 years? I think
I
it's been
feel
9.
like
Yeah, I think it might be nine.
I feel
Nine
like it's 10
years.
by the time he's left.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe it's a good
It's a
stint
long.
anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
And he's a good man. It's a shame, actually. As a neutral, I'm sad to see him go.
I feel like if he had the money that Pep had, he would have dominated the Premier League.
Mm.
But he's had to build a squad with a lot of limitations financially, and he's done well. You know,
I don't know. They've spent a bit though.
they've spent a good bit. Yeah, obviously they've spent what they earn
Mm.
officially earn as well. You know, not
I
like the
know
one
he's
one
saying.
five. But he's been able to build the team. You know, Pep took over Man City. He spent hundreds of millions on a new defence. You know, several goalkeepers. Um, 100 million on Jack Grealish. Not worth it, is he? He's a good enough player, but he's not 100 millions worth of a player.
Mm.
But Klopp really hasn't spent a hunk of money like that. I think 50-ish million is the biggest spend.
Nah.
He tends to buy good.
Nah. He has spent a lot more than that, mate. I'm sure
He's
Darwin knew was 85.
Yeah, Nunez probably
70
is the most
million
expensive now.
for.
But leading up to, I'd say, the last two seasons, there wasn't any extortionate price.
Now there's no star players, but there was. I think they was trying to. Yeah.
Because I think even Salah, I think he only got in for like 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you think of the success
Bargain.
that he's done, it's hard to say, but he's definitely one of the best players
Mm.
in the world at the moment, or Mo Salah. Um, so whoever does come in next, I mean, it's not going to be Stevie J.
Who do you think it's going to be?
Uh, Xavi Alonso.
I think so. I hope it's him as well.
Yeah, he's doing a good enough job at
Leverkusen.
Leverkusen. Um, so yeah, I think it's just going to be him really.
Do you think Jurgen Klopp will manage again? Because he said he needs to take a sabbatical. Here's the other thing: if he plans to come back to football, why don't he just have a year off?
I think that's all he's going to do really. He's going to have a year off.
But
I know
why
that
don't
he's
they
been
just
having a
what
house built over, I
Mallorca?
know, America somewhere. I think it's near New York.
I
Um,
thought it was Mallorca in Spain.
I don't know, maybe I heard the story wrong, but I know he's been having a house built, so I
Yeah,
imagine he's going to just take literally 12 months off, just chill. And
yeah,
I, I know he said he's not going to come back to the Prem, but
yeah.
I think it'll be Real Madrid
I think
because
Real Madrid.
Ancelotti's just signed another deal. So I reckon 12 more months out of him, and then Klopp will take over then.
I think so as well.
Um,
That or Bayern Munich. They're the only two. Maybe
I
PSG.
don't know if he would go to Bayern though because he managed Borussia Dortmund, didn't he?
I think
So
he will. I think money talks, mate.
yeah,
And they're the
um,
only like, if you take away the Premiership, the only clubs that can afford him is Real Madrid, PSG, and probably Bayern Munich.
Barcelona as well.
They've got no money.
They haven't had money for years,
Yeah,
but they
yeah, they're
still keep
so
getting it.
silent. It's weird.
Yeah, it's
It's weird, isn't it?
well, but it's the same as Real Madrid as well. Though, you know, they get into debt and they just get bailouts. You know, the amount of times the governments have written their debt off, it's ridiculous. Um, yeah, so next season, it's going to be hard. I mean, the players that could go as well. Salah's coming to, I think, like the last 18 months of his contract. Van Dijk, I think, has only got 18 months left. There's a lot of players that at the end of this season, they're on the last year of the
Mm,
contract. So it's stick or twist with them.
yeah,
Are they going to stay or go? You know, will Salah be tempted by the big money talk in Saudi Arabia?
I think he'll
Um,
go, mate. Now that Klopp's gone as well. That's I
31
think
year old though, you know, is he still ambitious enough to win
I-
like big trophies?
it.
I know
He
it wouldn't
probably is,
bother
but
me.
money talks,
I
mate. Like
know.
I can imagine
Oh,
he'd be on something like £1 million a week. Yeah,
well, if it's anything to go on with Karim Benzema, £1.6 million a week, then I reckon Salah could be asking for around that much
yeah.
himself. To be fair, you know he's got a few more years in the tank compared to Benzema as well. Um, so yeah, I feel for you, James, because it's going to be a hard couple of years, I reckon.
Yeah, they've just got like themselves all together, and now in terms of like an identity, now it's just going to get stripped apart again. But that's what football
Yeah, I mean
swings
it's
and roundabouts.
the foundations there though. If the bulk of the defence stays, you know the McAllister and that in the midfield, they'll probably need another winger or two. So the foundations there. It just depends on what the next manager wants to
I
do,
think
how much they want to change for their style of play.
I think Xabi Alonso will be a good match for him. He's been there,
Yeah, I think he will.
and he plays similar football.
Yeah,
So
as long as they don't try and do. I mean, I'd love it for it to happen. You know, for them to take Steven Gerrard from Saudi and be the manager. You know, it's the next Ole Gunnar Solskjaer then, and they won't win anything. They'll have a good spirit around the club, but it won't
yeah,
work. You know, he couldn't hack it at Aston Villa, so he won't be able to handle a proper job. You know, going to Scottish League, anyone can win the trophies there, and it so yeah, but taking over Liverpool, he'll have no chance. So yeah, yeah, let us know next season how you're feeling and if you're going to be crying for Klopp to come back, mate, because he
mm,
won't. uh, and then, so we've got there was no name on this email, but from the Reds 92. So to me, that means he's a United fan. Uh, hey up, fellas. JD, who is your all-time favourite United player? And
mm,
Ash, who's yours of any team?
right.
So for me,
Should we do one? So let's do. your favourite player of United and your favourite player outside United of any era. So you get to answer both, and I'll give my favourite United player.
If you think you've got a favourite United player,
Yeah,
then yeah.
yeah. There's only one, Cristiano Ronaldo. So sweet.
Um, so United players, I mean, it's hard in a sense because there's been so many great players over the time. As a kid, it was always Beckham. You know, he was the poster
Yeah,
boy. I, I had to have everything Adidas because he was the Adidas, well, you know, face and that. Even down to socks, they had to be
yeah.
Adidas. Um, but once I was older and able to appreciate the game a bit more, now, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo,
So
he's arguably the greatest player of all time. But for longevity of a United career, for how long
just
they
a
were there,
United, yeah.
um, Wayne Rooney would be
Mm.
mine, just because always give everything on the pitch. You know, you could put him at left back and he'd still put in a shift and a half. You know, all obviously the goal record for him and all that. You know, there was the little patch where he said he felt like leaving. Mentioned Man City, but you know, we don't know if he was offered
Mm.
big money to go over to the blue side or anything. But he stayed, and you know, fair play to him. Went back to Everton for maybe 2 seasons, if
I
I
think it
remember
was like
rightly.
18 months or that. Then he
Yeah.
moved,
Um,
went to the US, didn't he?
but I just remember when we first got him at 18 years old, and Champions League game, banged in a
Fenerbahce.
free, yeah, banged in a free kick.
That game sticks to my head. I don't know why. Fenerbahce, I think he won 6-0 or 6-3 or something like that.
Well, he got a hat trick as well.
Yeah.
Just absolutely fantastic. I just remember watching the game, and I was just like, "This is what we bought.
Mm.
This is the future of United." Because again, you know, we had the likes of Ronaldo and that back then. Paul Scholes was still playing. Ryan Giggs was still around at that point as well. You know, so it was still a core of players from the class of '92 and that was still there,
Mm.
and it just passed on so much experience, and it makes me sad sometimes when I do think about back in the day, the '99 treble winning team, 2008 winning the Champions League and that, and then to see how things are these days. You know, again, when people are listening and watching this, the Marcus Rashford news is like over a week old. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I'm coming off the back of a 4-3 win against Wolves last night, which these quarter past eight kickoffs crack me up, man. You know, 9 o'clock half time, I've gone up to bed. I was still
Mm.
listening to it on my phone, but just too tired. And then I woke up this morning, first thing I'm checking the final score. So half time, we was 2-0 up. I'm thinking, right, don't do a Newport and I'll, start messing it up. And this is what I see, 4-3. I'm like, for God's sake, thank God. And then I start watching the highlights and that, and it's a stoppage time winner from Kobe
Mm.
Maynard, and good goal to be fair. You know, it was good play, uh, good run off the ball from Forson to take a defender away just to open the space up, and he's got his shot off. So it's nice to see that we've got three young talented players in the starting lineup now. You know, Hoyland at the top, 20, Garnacho on the left, 19, Maino in the midfield, 18. So I'm starting to see a bit of just
Mm.
reminiscence of the old days, the good youth players coming through. Fair enough, we just bought Hoyland, but, Garnacho, even though he's Argentinian, he's classed as homegrown because he's come through the youth.
Yeah.
Maino's another Mancunian lad, boyhood club playing for. What a feeling that must be as well.
Yeah.
Like you've grown up
You
supporting them,
doing
you
it?
start playing
Yeah.
for them, and that. Oh God, I mean, I can only imagine the goosebumps that he'd be feeling just even just walking into Carrington and just seeing everything around there,
I wonder
let
when.
alone Old Trafford.
I've always thought as a footballer, when does it become normal to play in front of thousands of people and to pick up hundreds of thousands a week? When does that think? When does that feel normal? Because obviously for me and you now, if we used to play, do anything in front of thousands of people, just your everyday job, it'd be fucking scary. And then when does that become normal? And also, when do you start getting paid large sums of money and that becomes normal where you don't think about it?
I think for us, it would. I could never see being normal for us. Let's
No.
just say this kicks off and we get a massive following and we do start earning good money from it, just any money from it would be nice to be fair,
Anything.
but yeah, if it got to that, I think it would take a long time for
Yeah, no,
us
I
to
agree.
like see it as a new norm. Whereas for these young lads, when they're going through the academies
I suppose they
of
can
the
see
bigger
the
clubs,
bigger picture, can't they?
yeah,
What the
because it's around them, they're already earning money from 16 signing the first professional contract. And if you think back when we was 16, £200 a week, we was
yeah,
like ballers, like, but for them to earn, you know, a grand and a half or something at the age of 16, they're already rich to them.
yeah,
And so, yeah, it's just another stepping stone as they get another contract, and it's like
yeah. Mm,
another 10 grand a week or whatever, and then they're going up to 15. So I think because they're growing up with it, that stems to why Rashford's just got this big new contract, 325 grand a week, and Ian Arse is sitting in fucking Belfast,
see,
getting steaming
they
onto
can't move
gear
him
all
off
night.
that contract now.
No, um, it's yeah. I think just because they're around it constantly,
Mm,
it's they're not as bothered about it.
yeah,
They just expect it.
right.
So yeah, for
Yeah,
us it'd be different. Yeah. So your favourite United player, as you just says, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So, what about your favourite all-time player that isn't from Man U? That doesn't play for Man U, should say.
Yeah. I mean, again, over the years, there's been that many great ones. I used to love watching the logs of, Henri play. Um, Ribery, he was always quality. I mean, I don't want to say Messi because
Mm.
that's like too obvious.
I don't rate him. Oh, okay,
I,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't. So Ronaldo's the greatest of all time to me.
Mm.
Um, he's still done it this year. Fair enough, Saudi League's completely different, but there's still a lot of top quality professional footballers
Yeah.
there.
Well, his Saudi team beat Inter Miami 6-0 in a
Yeah,
friendly.
you know, yeah. So he's still putting up the numbers.
Mm.
He's just banging in the goals and that. So yeah, for me, he's because he's gone around the world and proved it.
Different leagues.
Yeah, Portugal, Premier League, like Italy,
Spain.
yeah, Spain, and that's like he's done it everywhere. Whereas Messi, he's stuck to what he knew. It was an easy transition to go to Paris, easy to go to Inter Miami. You know, the Farmers Leagues compared to the way that Ronaldo's done it. Now, fair enough, yes, when he was at Barca for all the years, but again, when you've got the quality of the players around you all the time, it just makes your job
Yeah.
easier, don't it? So,
So who would it be then?
mm,
It's a hard one.
it is, yeah. Robin, he was quality as well. Uh, yeah, it really is. If you got an
Yeah.
individual that you,
So I'm gonna do a Premier League player, then an all-time one. So as a Premier League player, a big shout out to Ozil, by the way, because I used to love watching Ozil play football.
when he actually
Yeah, yeah.
played,
When he wanted to, it
yeah,
was
the last
fucking.
couple of years have been Arsenal just happy to sit
Uh,
on the bench.
but every now and again, he just do a game, and you just think, but prime Ozil at fucking Real Madrid. But yeah, so I'm gonna go for Henry for his Premier League because growing up, he was obviously the 2002, 2003. Not growing up around about
Yeah.
just before he went to Barcelona, I believe in 2006. I always remember him and Roy Van Nistelrooy for the Golden Boot.
Mm,
But Ronaldo, Henry was just different. He'd run through people, just pace people, just had everything. So
mm,
for me, it'd be Henry. But as an all-time one, Ronaldinho. He was the only person that I'd watch Spanish league games for. So I'd watch the Barcelona game just to see
yeah.
what he would do at
Edgar
the time.
Davids as well.
Uh, uh,
Like just
now,
for the skill, the tricks, and that. Like the overall.
what Edgar Davids? You think?
Yeah, the pair of them were fucking on it,
I
weren't
don't know. Edgar Davids played for Crystal Palace, mate. I'm sure he played for Crystal Palace for a season.
they?
Like, The thing what I liked about Ronaldinho as well, you know, he was pissed up the night before, and they couldn't say anything to
Nah.
him, and he's still a bit like Ozil actually, because he would show up more than Ozil, but he would have those off games. But I just
Mm.
love people like where I suppose like it comes easy, and I say
Yeah.
that, but I hate Messi, so I'm sounding a bit you know,
Controversial.
yeah,
Contradictory.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I do hate Messi as a no, I like him, but he's just
He's not your
I
cup
don't
of
like
tea.
how he keeps winning, how he just wins everything all the time. Like
Mm.
you know, the Ballon d'Or when Haaland won three, you know,
Yeah, won the treble,
yeah,
scored more goals and everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Ronaldinho. But yeah, I still watching those. I'm trying to think as well. I used to always like as well watching Marco Reus for Dortmund.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying
Uh,
to think of these kind of players. The other one that also comes to mind, I don't know what, is Pablo Nedved. Was at Juventus.
mm.
Oh mate, when
S- I love it when you see players, the likes of like Dimitar Berbatov back in the day.
ah, just
It was just effortless
yeah, yeah.
and the silky smooth touches. And again, it's without sounding biased because he did do a little stint at United, but it was just he just always
Mm,
never really seemed like he was there. But then it's just a moment of
yeah.
genius out of the blue. Van Persie would do it again from time to time. Just again the world he goals, and it's just when you're just seeing just beautiful transitional football
Mm,
and then players, it's just it's
yeah.
part of the reason why I love the game so
Yeah.
much.
I did like watching Hazard, I must admit as well.
Yeah,
Hazard was good to
Chelsea
watch.
Hazard
Yeah,
before
yeah.
he went to Real Madrid and
I'm just trying to
just
think of these players that I used to watch teams for them just to play. Like when Bale went to Real Madrid, I used to
mm,
watch Real Madrid a lot more then as well because I used to like Bale. But yeah, I'm gonna go Ronaldinho all time. Henry is a Premier one, and then Ronaldo.
yeah,
I'm only putting Ronaldinho there because I've already put Cristiano Ronaldo as the Man U one. Otherwise,
mm.
he would be my favourite one overall. So yeah, let's do that. Yeah, we have enough names there.
I know. Again, look, because we said it early doors, like we don't want to be a football podcast. Plus, I know I don't know enough about football, uh, other teams, different leagues and stuff to be able to say that we're a football podcast or sporting podcast in general.
Mm.
Because I mean, to be fair, I don't really follow many other
But
sports.
if you was to get paid as a podcast, you could watch football all day, like that Tom Garrett. Oh, and
Yeah,
he says some shit football facts.
some of them do. I was,
Gabby Obama was on
oh
about.
man, yeah, Gobby, Jesus
He just
Christ.
says stuff just to say it. There's no there's no reason to why he says
Yeah,
some of
but
the stuff.
he's not educated enough either, though.
Uh,
He just hasn't got a clue. So he's happy to get the script from his bosses, or producers in the background, say some bullshit,
be
and then
controversial.
he's got no receipts to back it up, though. He
No,
just
no.
can't. Uh,
Yeah, let's move on from Gabby, mate. We got another email, have we?
we have indeed. One of our little favourites is Kirsty. I mean, I don't know if she's little, but yeah. Um, Hello, lads. With all these dating apps and dead chats, I thought I would ask, uh, what do you think you would be doing to try and get an edge on these apps?
Right. Well,
So, assuming that the apps are like Tinder, I don't know what I was listening to.
Bumble,
Yeah, like Bumble and all
Bumble,
that.
Plenty of Fish. Is that still one?
I mean, was it an app?
Yeah, I remember
I know it was the
our
website.
mate was on it. It was an
I mean, I
oh
was
mate.
on it years ago as well,
Oh,
though.
was it not now? I thought it
I
was
can't
now.
remember if it
Maybe I
was.
don't know.
Again, it's been that long.
Yeah.
But
What
I
what?
can't remember what I was listening to. But there's a new one uh, called Farmers or something.
Fuck
Um,
no.
so like essentially you can go on there and put in like what you're into. So it's like if you're in a couple and you want to get other people involved or whatever. Uh, Look, because when I first heard him talking about it, I thought it was like for dogging or something. But yeah, there's other perimeters you can put in. Um, Mi- yeah, Mick Ferry, I think it was on Have a Word podcast. So yeah, I don't know. There's that many different ones out there. So Tinder was sort of like at the back end as I was getting in the relationship with the missus. So I wasn't on that. I was on Plenty of Fish. Don't I don't think there was any other ones. Huh? I mean, you know, this is before it was like a religious thing for people as well. You know, endless amount of times we've seen people just swiping, not even looking. And
Yeah.
wasn't a part of that really. But when I was on there, on the Plenty of Fish, I mean, I just had the same message that I'd just like copy and paste to any matches.
Was it dead chat though?
No, so mine was an actual question because you try and just say hi, how are you, and you'd never get a reply. So uh, mine was not word for word, but hiya. If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what would you choose? And
Mm.
like most of the time, I'd get a reply there, and a lot of people would just go for boring ones, like, "Oh, I'd have a tiger." Like, not that having a tiger would be boring.
Penguin all day, mate.
Well, that was my answer, penguin,
Yeah.
because I'm happy with the cold. Um, Sorry for anyone that's watching on YouTube. I've got cramp in my leg at the moment. Oh, oh, I'm not constipated. Oh, oh, oh. You might want to talk, Ash, while I'm just trying to walk this off. Instead of people listening to me grunting away. Oh,
No, I think the only right answer is penguin in that scenario. But as far as the question, I've never been on any dating app or anything like that. So I don't know what I suppose dead chat would be like, hi, how are you, the generic term.
yeah,
But
I think it literally is when you're not
so
starting an actual
you want
conversation.
something to be stand out where you're a bit different. Um I don't know actually. It's with the apps, it's just a hard one. How do you stand out when you're getting like 20 when you're competing with about 20 other people?
But that's the thing. I suppose you've got to see sort of like a job interview.
Yeah,
What do you say to make yourself stand out?
to get your foot in the door.
Yeah. So imagine now you're single, you're back on the market, you've lost even more weight, you at a comfortable weight where you feel like you're not fat shaming yourself, and you've
The
got
thing,
yourself onto
the thing,
Tinder or something,
yeah,
and so because I think Bumble, the woman has to message first, or
right,
there's one of them that you don't have to start the
right.
conversation. The opposite
That
sex
one
needs to.
would be easier because
It would for you because you
I
always
hate
struggle.
I hate texting. I hate it. I hate finding like when it's a text conversation. It's just harder. I prefer phone call conversation. So for me, I'll be absolutely terrible at this, and I probably wouldn't stand out. Apart from what you used to say, Jay, what do you think?
Uh,
What do
I
you
mean, again, for me, yeah, I'd
to get
try
the
and like,
edge? What could someone do to get the edge on the apps?
I'd try and think of something random like that one again, really. So yeah, any animal in the world that's been done. Um, so again, something stupid like if you had a telescope and found a planet, what would you name it?
Right,
So you got
but
to try
that,
and think outside the box.
mm,
Um,
but then that's borderline a bit cheesy though as well, mate.
yeah, there's nothing
I
wrong with a
couldn't
bit of
do that.
cheese sometimes,
I couldn't. There's nothing wrong with a bit of
as
cheese.
long as it's not on your knob.
I could, I couldn't be that guy with these cheesy like fucking. For me, I would be that guy with
You'd be the
the
dead chat.
dead chat on
Hey,
100%.
how was
That
your day?
literally nothing worse than texting. You know what's worse than texting? The voice notes though. I hate them as well.
I don't do them.
Fuck you
Don't do
know.
them. I'd rather just call. Just again, because I
Just
don't like sitting there texting for hours and that. Like, just phone call. All right, mate. Yeah. Blah
yeah.
blah. All right, sound. See you later.
I'm really stuck here because I don't think I can help you with these dead chat situations. Maybe because maybe you have to be the one with the incentive and make it not be a dead chat.
Again, because we do see often where the women do get endless amounts of just stupid messages coming through. I suppose the odd dick pic here and there and that as well. But
What, even on Tinder?
I don't know. I don't know if you can send pictures on her. But yeah, if you're getting that same generic hi, how are you all the time, you're gonna lack a bit of enthusiasm to
Mm.
message back. Um, I mean, my main advice really would be to just not be on the dating apps because
No, but it's
is
easy.
the
You
I
don't have
know
to
it's
go to the club
easy.
no more. You don't have to
It's
spend £100 on a Friday and wake up and drink together with your headache.
£100. I wish I could only
Yeah,
spend £100
and
on a
then
night out.
you don't have to wake
Jesus.
up the next day and have another beer to get rid of your headache.
Yeah, but maybe you'd want to.
No.
Oh god, right,
Um.
let's sit back down, mate.
Right.
That was the worst cramp I've had for
And also,
ages. Jesus,
where did that cramp come from
I
as
don't know.
well? It's just
Just sitting
yeah.
there, and I could feel it rumbling
Where
for
was you?
like 30
Where
seconds.
was the cramp?
The back of the leg, and it
Yeah.
was just shooting all the way down. You know, when
Yeah.
like you feel the pins and needles in your foot as
Yeah.
well. Look, that was why I was walking around in circles just to try and like work it out. Ah,
I'm a bit weird when it comes to stuff.
a bit.
I used to love getting cramp in my calf in the middle of the
I
night,
remember you telling me this,
and
yeah.
I used to like, especially when I used to play football, I used to come in the middle of the night, and I used to weigh so I couldn't handle it no more before I moved it because I used to love that sensation, that pain.
I hate it.
It's like a
Look, especially like because being married and sharing the beds, the amount of times I've had bad cramp and all I want to do is but you can't because you try not to make any noise to
uh,
wake up your other half. Oh God, hate it. At least look, I was able to walk and talk through the pain just, but
mm,
no cramp. Eh, It's just a mad bodily function, any well not function, but
why
uh,
does it happen? I suppose. What?
yeah, uh, lack of salts is one thing, or sugar maybe. Um, I don't know. It's
Mm,
just weird, horrible. Uh, unless you're into that thing, like yeah,
yeah.
oh, it's like golden showers.
Ugh, no.
uh, so yeah, I know, because we're of a different time. I'd just say
Yeah, I think that's off.
not to be on the apps. Otherwise, make one yourself. If these lads are sending just a shit hi, how are you? Then think of one yourself, or even just use my animal one
Here's
and send it to them and wait for the response from
Yeah.
there. Then.
Well, I think if there's an app that does it, if not, it's £1 million idea. You should be able to send a poll so you can like a generic 10 questions
Mm,
that so you missed the hi, how are you? It's like what's your favourite things to do on a Sunday? And it's got 5 options. And in that way, if say I had the 10 questions, they pass, get 70%, so they get 7 out of 10, then they can chat to that person. Mate, that's a fucking
So
banging idea, that
we're going to
is.
pattern this idea,
Yeah,
and
so no
anyone
one
that comes
take
out
that.
with this,
Because you think about that, if you or a girl, say yourself, you set up like a 5 or 10 generic questionnaire,
mm,
so someone before they are able to message you, and it also as well it helps them know who you are, and obviously because they've matched up with you,
yeah,
mate, fucking just done it.
it's like
I've got a side of this.
it's like the sperm bank, any there's different criterias that you
Mm,
select what sperm you want, any,
what?
but you going straight to the source.
Because yeah, but do you know what I'm saying? You're missing all
I know
the
exactly what you're on about.
you're missing all the
Banging idea
small
that is,
talk, like 2 days small talk when you
and
find
just
out.
getting straight to the real talk.
Yeah, that's it. And it could, yeah, there we go. Honestly, that's such a brilliant idea. Maybe
I think we
five,
need to.
maybe 5 questions, or maybe you should set it to like 5 or 10 questions where you just send like you click something, and automatic pod goes over. It's just like, um, are you outgoing? It's like yes or no, and then if that way suits your way, then they get a pass rate or whatever.
Yeah,
Then they can chat to you because you know they've passed a certain test to be able to speak to you. Mate, that's a fucking
yeah,
banging idea, honestly, mate.
yeah.
So
It's
honestly,
real talk dating.
real,
This what the app's going to call
uh,
real talk dating. Um, it'll be free to use, and then you can pay for extra questions as well if
mhm,
you want the more definition, more stats into your
yeah,
potential partner. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out how
yeah.
to make this
Because
because the amount of ideas we've had over the years, and
Yeah.
we've never actually acted on any
But
of them.
I'm just thinking because you know on WhatsApp,
Egg sauce.
because you know on WhatsApp you can send a poll in it, where it's
I
just
don't
yes
know.
or no, the only options. Yeah.
I
So
don't.
surely you should be able to type what that is, and then you type in yes, no, or maybe, or whatever the question is relevant to the answer,
Yeah,
or the other way around.
yeah.
Sorry, but yeah,
So
that's a fuck.
essentially, for any of the older listeners that are out there, it will be an app version of Blind Date.
No, but you get to
No,
see who's.
yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be able
yeah,
to see
yeah,
them, but like that was the thing, weren't it? Because you asked the questions and
yeah.
you got an answer,
Right.
and then you like, yeah, all right, I'll
Pretty
have a chat with you
much.
then.
Pretty much. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we
something
can
like
be
that.
the Cilla Black.
You get through all the dead chat.
Yeah,
We'll be the Cilla Black. Bam.
mm, that's it. Yeah,
Done it.
we're gonna have to.
Honestly.
We're gonna have to get
So
on
I
the app
know I
making
know
game.
someone now that works for like Tinder or like an app who's fucking coding the shit out of this
Mate,
now.
if I see this idea stolen,
In a year's
we've
time.
we've got the receipts for
what
this
what
now.
fucking day is this
It
here?
is the
The
2nd
fucking
of February 2024, as of this moment recording. When it comes
mate,
out, it'll be like 2 weeks.
a
But
fucking
that's the
smashing
one that
idea
is.
that is.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you think that's a good idea, let us know in the emails because fucking
Yeah, and we might need some funding to be able to get this app
yeah.
sorted. So if you want to send us some money as well, please do. Um, but yeah, some of the ideas we've had over the years, this is the one we've got to act on now.
Yeah. I remember saying to the lad I work with, because obviously I've been there since I was 18.
Mm,
I was saying to him before, obviously, so you think 18, so 18, so that would be 15 years ago. No, 16, it's 34, sorry,
yeah,
16 years ago. Obviously, Uber and that wasn't a thing. And I
no,
used to go to Neil because we used to drive up to town. I was like, wouldn't it be great if you could just pay someone to grab your food and bring it to you in your office or from
mm,
your home if you lived in town? Obviously, it wouldn't work outside the city centre.
yeah,
But and then Uber come along and then it can.
yeah. Missed the trick there, didn't
Yeah.
you, mate? You know, should have got that patent pending.
The exhaust that was a brilliant idea as
I
well.
know. So egg sauce. Uh, essentially, if you boil an egg or if you fry an egg and you have a runny egg yolk, that's the best part of it.
Mm,
And if you could get that without having too many additives and stuff to prolong its shelf life, it'd be amazing.
yeah.
Just all
Start
over
off
your
with
chips and
chips.
that, or even I'd do it with toast
Solo, yeah.
because everyone loves a
A
dippy
dunk.
soldier.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you made your toast and you just squeezed it straight out of the bottle, I mean, I don't know how many chickens would have to lay eggs to be able to.
Yeah, it would have to be a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but surely there's some science to be able to just make a sauce that tastes like it.
Mm,
You know, 'cause it's like how they can make tomato sauce clear. And remember the weird ones, the purple sauce and that, but it was still just tomato sauce.
nah.
Oh god, it was horrible. Like to look at because you're looking
Your
at
brain
purple
saying, yeah.
sauce on your chips or whatever, and it's all it's no, it's not right. It should be red, or if it's a bacon sandwich, it should be brown. If you're a man, that is. You're not
It's got to be
Sam
brown,
Smith.
yeah. uh, fuck it up.
I mean, yeah. So as always,
Yeah.
don't forget to send in your emails. realtalkingpod@gmail.com. The Twitter @Ash and JD. Links are all in the descriptions. And then stay tuned as well because big things are happening in the next couple of weeks. Uh, that big that I haven't even told you
Yeah,
yet.
I was just like, what?
um, but yeah, just be ready for it. You'll be on the edge of your seats, just waiting for it to happen. So yeah, we'll leave them waiting for
Yeah.
more now. Even you're waiting for it,
Yeah,
ain't
I
you,
need
kid?
to know.
You want this news more than you post
It's, like, you know, it's weird though. So I know we're ending the podcast, but the other day I was shopping. I was like, you know what I want? Tomato soup. Just tomato
Tomato
soup.
soup.
It's what it's doing to me, rather than a McDonald's
But
or
then if you got some tomato soup now, is it in your dietary restrictions to get some bread and dippy dip in it?
nah, it'd be too much carbs in the bread. But
Oh,
yeah. But just a soup be fine, wasn't I'd have to like protein it up with like protein shake after. But
mm.
Yeah, let's get off food. I'm fucking starving.
Sausage, chips, beans, and eggs for me. So nice. Oh, yes. So, yeah, thanks for listening as always. Appreciate us. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Peace.